Christmas gift, guys. Merry Christmas. My nephew got me this shirt. God bless him. God bless. I hope you guys have had a good Christmas. Old Steve-O's been, for 3 weeks. I got hammered with a flu virus. It was a cold virus. Yeah. And, man, knocked the crap out of me for 3 weeks. So I'm back around now, ready to kick ass and take some names. Let's start with Joe, right? Can you believe what that guy's doing? Oh, my Lord. My Lord, please help us. Please come down and help this great country, because they're taking it to the dumpster, the whole frickin' place. But what we want to do is terminate the fawn killers. We got fawn killers in the neighborhood. Look at this stuff I bought. Yeah, this stuff's great here. Bag of sheep wool. That's just where they shear the sheep, and they have all this extra stuff all over the floor and stuff. This is great. Coyotes love the smell of this stuff. And I'll show you what I did with it in a little bit. But I just went to Lowe's. This is not the place to buy your cable, okay? You want to get your cable from F&T out of Alpena, Michigan. Oh, this Snare shop is out there too. The meat trapper, he's buddies with that guy. I haven't bought from them. I should, but anyway, I'm an old Michigander, so I've been buying from F&T. But this is 3/32 cable, and you really should have that for Coyote. You can get away with 16th cable. That's some of this right here. You can see the difference is very small. This is great for coons, possums, foxes, and bobcats. Yeah, that works pretty good. But you need 3/32 for the bigger wolves. Yeah. Actually, wolves, you want to use, I think, 8th cable on them. But we don't have wolves in Florida, but we do have tons of coyotes, and they're a pain. They're killing all my freaking fawns. Bad news. We don't want them killing fawns, so we're going to eliminate them. I've been doing some hunting. Haven't been successful. I've been getting winded. They've been catching me in the tree. I'm like 18 feet up, guys. I used to be able to hunt back in the late 60s. I could hunt 10 feet off the ground. 10 feet. I could put a platform and stand in it and kill deer. Now you got to be 22 feet in the flipping air, or 25 feet up, and you better be really stealthy even at that height, because they will find you, see you. Yes. They got their friggin' head on a 360 pivot. Yeah, they'll find you. All right, I got my cable cutters here. I had set 3 snares yesterday. I've got on film. I'll show you. We got a all black coyote. I think he's got a little white blaze in the chest. I think. I haven't seen a straight on shot of him yet, but I'll show you that. I'll show you the buck I had come in on me, 6-pointer, nice body on him. He came right in, dropped his head. I was sitting down. He came in, dropped his head to eat at 5:30. Perfect time to hunt, guys. Perfect time. Plenty of daylight, plenty of tracking light. And anyway, yeah. He dropped his head to eat, and I had a hoodie on, and I can't shoot with that thing on, so I eased the hoodie back. I had this ball cap on, and I turned my ball cap around like this, because I've got to take that knuckle right there, and tuck it in behind my ear to where I can work my trigger, right? But this, and I had a down over my ears, a hat coming down over my ears. Had to pull that up. Anyway, I got all that done. He's still eating. And I put my hands down. I have to stand to shoot. Otherwise, my bow will hit the front of this API stand. So I put my hands down just real slow. That sly sucker caught me, guys. Just as soon as I put pressure on that stand, I was going to lift myself up to stand up. Boom, he had me. I'll show you on the pictures. I got a little sequence of pictures that my trail cam was sitting 10 feet from the bait pile. So it's sitting there clicking every three seconds, it's popping a picture. It's almost like a video. But if you put it on video, it just gobbles up batteries. But on pics, and you space them out, you can get like almost like a video. If you sit there with your mouse clicking, you can like have a video of it with a 3-second delay on the shots, which is a little overkill. But anyway, so something else I bought this year, I don't know how it's going to work. I've seen a guy, you've got a guy out there, he's not far from me, north of me, Inglis area. It's Omnivore something. His channel, go out, pull him up. He makes quivers, he makes finger tabs with a clicker in them. He makes string trackers. They're kind of pricey because he's, custom building it. But there's what I bought. I bought a string tracker. You can go out there online and pull them up. Anyway, yeah, it's a string. You take that cup out right there, and you attach that little fluorescent orange string to a broadhead. And I've not shot a deer with it yet, but he's out there. He's got videos out there of him shooting pigs with that thing. And yeah, it's pretty slick. The arrow blows through him, so now you've got a double line running through that critter as he runs off. There's 1,700 feet. There's 1,700 feet on the spool, so you can get quite a few shots with it. You could probably harvest a few animals with it before you change it out. But the line in here, 1,700 foot of line that's in here, spool, they're not expensive. And this is 17-pound test. They do make a 30-pound test, but you want 17 because you get more footage on the spool, plus it doesn't affect your arrow flight. 30 probably won't either on a 15-yard shot. They say don't shoot these over 20 yards, which I don't. There's no need to. All of my shots are in tight. And I'm not Howard Hill, so, I got to keep my shots in close. Every man must know his limitations, right? Let's go out and get our coyote. He's in the snare. The daybreak, I went out and checked all 3 snares. The other 2, I had set 3 snares, and 2 in the back are still set, lock, cocked, and ready to rock. And the one up here in the front is where I caught that big bobcat. You probably saw the video on that. I caught that big bobcat. And so we got a coyote. I got a black one, coal black, like I said. We got to get him. Friend of mine, he wants him for his man cave. His wife says stop bringing this stuff in here before I see in divorce court. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully this coyote won't push her over the edge to put John in a divorce court. But you never know, guys. You never know with these things, And he told me that she has also, like my Miss Stacy, she has a Uncle Guido also, because she's Italian, right? And I guess all these women have these Uncle Guidos. And her Uncle Guido, my wife's Uncle Guido, Miss Daisy's, at the wedding, he came up to me and he said, listen, bro, don't keep her happy. Keep baby girl happy for the rest of your life. That's what he told me, guys. The guy's spooky, man. The dude is spooky. And he's even got a key to the house. I'll come in sometime. The house will be totally black, and I'll flip a light on, boom, he's sitting right there in a chair in the dark. Hey, how you doing? Holy crap. Scared the crap out of me, guys. So what are you doing here? I'm just checking in. See how everything's going here. I said, everything's going great. Everything's going absolutely fantastic. So he said, okay, well, I'll leave now. Holy crap, scared the hell out of me. Anyway, my buddy's wife has got an Uncle Guido, and so I just hope John, you know, is going to be okay with this whole coyote thing. So anyway, I just went and got 2 bags of ice. He's duck hunting now. He got his airboat in. He's out duck hunting. But when he comes back, he's going to try to get down this way. He's wait a couple hours north of me and come down and pick up this yote. I'm going to put him in a big trash contractor's bag here and put 2 bags of ice on top of him and keep him cool. But if I get the black one, and I'm sure I will before, you know, March, I'm going to keep these snares, just 3 snares just cooking all the time. And what I did with that wool, that sheep wool, I've got some coyote urine in a spray bottle, and either side of the snare, I squirted that on there and threw that out there, that little wad of sheep wool, about 10 feet out the other side of the snare, and then 10 feet on this side of the snare. You don't want any scent right around. You don't want them sniffing around, looking where they're coming through the snare. And you wear gloves, right? And if I'm going to kneel down on the ground, I'll take one of these bags or whatever and lay down so I can put my knees on it to make the set. And anyway, I bought 20 feet of cable the other day, and I made these snares a little bit longer than normal, but I wanted that so I could make an attachment on the fence with it, and I'll show you here what I've done. So I'm going to make up another one, and to replace this one so I can keep 3 snares cooking all the time, because I definitely want to get these fawn killers out of the food chain. We don't need them. They say, well, they kill a lot of rats, Steve, and mice and rats. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. One good thing I like about it, these goofballs in the neighborhood have their cats. They get cats, and then they have them in the house, and then they just let them out. Well, what do you do when you let out a cat? He's gonna, just for fun, this cat's gonna go around your neighborhood killing all your songbirds. That ain't happening on Steve's watch, okay? No, that ain't happening on Steve-O's watch. We're not allowing that to happen. So, you know, there's a possibility they could be cats missing. But the good part about coyotes, they love to eat house cats. Yes, they're opportunists, and they will eat a house cat in a heartbeat. So a lot of my trapping buddies in Michigan, they would actually get house cats, run over in the road or whatever, and they'd skin them out and put them in jars and taint that meat for a few days, and they would use that in their dirt hole sets to attract coyotes, and it works. Anyway, keep your house cats locked up, guys. We don't need them out there. We don't need all these coyotes here. Because everybody's, oh, Steve, you're killing off the coyotes, man. They eat the rats, the mice. Yeah, okay. They do all that too, but they're killing the heck out of my fawns. I want the fawns. I'm top predator. Yotes are under me, okay? Not above me, they're under me. So you get eliminated, all right? And the deer stay here. I'm running a gray ghost meat farm here, all right? I want the gray ghost here, and that would be a deer. I'm not raising coyotes for fur, all right? But we got to get that black one for John's man cave, and I just hope that her Uncle Guido don't try to take him out of the food chain. All right, let's get out here and get this. I'll show you what I did, what I got. We'll come back in the shop here. We'll build a snare. Homemade. This is homemade lock. Homemade everything. You can get the material cheap. I built 3 snares yesterday with 20 feet of cable. It was $7.70. If you got a Lowe's card, it's cheaper. So yeah, but this is not the place to buy it. I'm just doing this in a pinch to get by. But you need to order your snares if you do this from F&T or the snare shop. I think they're in Bama or Louisiana. I'm not sure. But they're cheap. You can get, I think they're $24 for a dozen. 332nd cable. They're already made up. They got the locks, got everything on them. Good people. Dealt with them for years. And that's the way to buy it. But in a pinch, if you only need a few snares, you got a coyote coming under your fence, killing your chickens, killing your calves, whatever. Go to Lowe's and buy you some material. I'll show you how to build one here short. Let's go out and get this guy out of the fence. Alrighty guys, here he is. And what I did, I had a cable long enough. So he's made it round here. Here's the cable here, going up to the top of the fence here. And he was really right here. Right here, see? What you can do and not throw this away, you could use this as an extension. If you're gonna snare, guys, you need cable cutters, okay? You need cable cutters. Pretty good sized dog. What's amazing to me is he can't. I had a 11-inch loop. Now the pros all tell you to make a 10 to 12-inch loop and hold the bottom of the loop 10 to 12 inches off the ground. So what I did is made a 11-inch loop 11 inches off the ground. And we got a body catch right here. See, the lock is way down here. Here's my homemade lock right here. See, there's my lock right there. Boy, he worked on it too. He opened that hole up a little bit on that thing. I don't know if I trust that lock, but they're cheap. The locks are cheap. Got a couple of shoulder shots here. We'll save those pieces. Shot him with a 22 long rifle hollow point. Right through the lungs. I don't know if he's going to want to do a full body mount or just a shoulder mount on this guy. But what we have here is a female. We have a female here. It's a pretty good sized dog. She's a pretty good sized dog. She was not happy, guys, when I came up on her, I can tell you that. She was not a happy camper. But here's that piece of wool right there. I squirted coyote urine on it. And the other one is right there. I can see it. It's right there on the ground. I just sprayed it and threw it over the fence. They've been coming through here. A lot of critters come through here. because they come all through this subdivision. They come all through this subdivision, guys, and killing cats and chickens and you name it. That's what they're doing in here. So anyway, you may want to just do a shoulder mount on this one. I don't know. And then when I get the black one, you really should do a full body mount on that one, because that is a beauty. Rare too. All black Coyote. I'll show him to you. I got him on film. He blew this out pretty good in here, but what I did here, you'll see this wire right here. This one right here, guys, it slid back a ways, but this is number 9 fencing wire, and you'll see I zip tied it here and here on this chain link. That way I can take my snare and zip tie it close here. You want to keep this trail open like this to where they can see. Then you just restrict it down a little bit with some sticks and whatnot. But he was fighting it a while, digging holes here, chewing the heck out of that tree limb. He came in here and jumped over this. He did some biting on this one too. He jumped over this and made his cable wrapped around here. Now he's really secured. Yeah. So I will go ahead and make another snare, set it in here so we can rock and roll again tonight. Okay guys, I'm back in the shop here. I'll show you what I'm doing here with these. I think this is a 3/8 washer. Yeah, it's a 3/8 washer. And I've got aluminum stop here. You can take, which I'm going to do on this one too, back at the other end of the loop. These are 1/4 inch galvanized nuts. You can use those. So what you want to do is carefully, you want to get this centered pretty good here. You center that punch right there. And you directly across from it, I do another hole. Okay, now you see I've got 2 puncture marks here. Now I'm going to put it in my vise. And I'm going to take my drill motor and we're going to bore a 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch hole here. I'm having a hard time, guys, with my tripod. There, that's better. Now we're going to bore a hole in here. Be real careful here. Keep it in that slot. And if you get a bad burr on the back side, just take your drill and kind of hit it here on the edge. So there's one hole. All right, now we got 2 holes, 1/8 inch holes for 3 30-second cable. Seems to work. Now put your washer in halfway. Put your washer in halfway in your vise and just tap it over 90 degrees. Like so. That's it. There it is. That's the snare lock. All right. Now what we're going to do, is I'm kind of overkilling this cable length a little bit, guys, for the simple fact I want to put it into the fence. Tied up on the fence is what I'm doing. And you're going to have to replace this cable every time you make a catch, okay? So I'm taking off about, I don't know what the length is here. Let's just see what we got here. I got about 5 feet of cable here. Okay, I got 5 feet of cable. Now I'm going to take this aluminum stop and I'm going to put it on here. And I'm going to smash it down on my, leave a little bit sticking out. Leave about that much sticking out. And the reason why is because when you make the catch, that little bit sticking out on that cable, like so, is a hair grabber, okay? So what you're going to do is shove this in here and have your lock have this on the outside. You can see it's 90'd here, 90'd back in. So now take your other end. Some guys bend these over, I don't. And the reason I don't do that is I want this thing to spin or float whichever way it wants to go. Once these cables get kinked, it's all over for them, okay? This should have been longer. See, I don't have much here, but that's all right. I've got cable out there. I can make an extension if I have to. But what I'm doing is going 11" for the Coyote. Right there. 11" loop. And this is 7x7 cable. They make a 1x19, which is a lot stiffer. But I don't know. I like the 7x7 personally. I like it. All right. So now what we're going to do is take this nut here. It's a 1/4". You could use another stop button, but I'm out of them. I got to get some more. I need to make a, you know, I need to make a run to order to F&T, Trapline Supplies. I just put this nut in here and smash it down best I can with a vise. Make a loop big enough to where you can pass this whole snare back through it. Then I just smash it down. A lot of guys may say, no, you don't do it that way, Steve-O. Well, it is. That's what I do with it. Now to test it, to test your snare, have it like this, see? And just put your hand in here and go like that. And then spread it. You can see it locks. So as hard as the animal pulls, it just keeps getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And what it does is just binds up. As you can see, it just binds up in that hole. If you get the hole too big, then it'll slide. But this is 3/32, and I just put an 1/8" hole through this snare. Now I kind of screwed up. I got a little short here, but that's all right. I'll put a little extension in here and add to the fence. Actually, I have an extension right here. This is 1/8 inch. That's way overkill. This is for hogs, by the way. But I can use it in this scenario, which I will. Yeah. So that's how I build the snares. And they work very well. Snaring is kind of cool because while you're sleeping nice and warm in your warm little bed at night, the snare is working. The snare is hunting for you, yes. So it's a good way. It's working smarter, not harder, okay? Yeah. All right, that's that. That's how I build my snares. Like I said, you can buy all these components at Lowe's. You don't have to go to a, you know, if you only need a few. But this washer lock works that's homemade washer lock, works as well as just as well as these cam lock special trapline supply ones. This particular one is 1/8 inch. And it's a hog snare. That is a hog snare. And see that little nut there? That's all you really need. And here's one right here. That little bitty, I don't know, that's an 832. That little 832, if you can get your hogs, if an 1/8 inch cable slide through there, you can use it actually. But yeah, there's other types of locks. Here's another type of lock. I bought a bunch of those and I never use them. Here's your ferrules. This is one for 1/8 inch for hogs. These small ones here are 16th for the 16th cable for catching coon and possums. Here's a homemade hog snare lock that I made. That's for 1/8 inch. Now that's a 1/2 inch galvanized washer. I caught both my hogs this year with these homemade ones. I got some cam lock ones out there. I bought a dozen of them from F&T, regular hog snares. And they came with cam lock. This is called the cam lock. And my homemade one, guys, work just as well. Get this, guys, I caught both them hogs this year. I did a 16-inch loop. Now, I don't know how this happened. Played a 16-inch loop, 6 inches off the ground. And I caught both of those hogs, sow hogs, on the right foot up about midway of their leg, on the right front leg. Both of them, identical. Go figure. I don't know how it happened. But anyway, let's go in the house and I'll show you the deer that busted me, and I'll show you the coyotes. Okay, guys, one more thing before we run in the house and show you them pictures. You just got a cheap canning pot here from Walmart for, you know, if you're canning foods and stuff. And all I use this for is boiling snares. You put your snares down, you put steel traps in here, whatever you're doing. Florida, they won't let us use steel traps. It's just as well. I enjoy the snares better anyway. So it doesn't do any damage really to the hide and stuff. That's the beauty of the snares. You're not doing a lot of fur damage. Especially if you're doing mounts, you know, taxidermy mounts. You get a steel trap, and if you're doing a full body mount, his foot's all tore up, stuff like that. But anyway, I put baking soda in here and I boil these for about half hour, 40 minutes. I shut the heat off and let it cool down. And any machine oils, which you'll have some on this cable and these nuts and stuff, it floats. I put about 5 inches of water, 4 or 5 inches of water above the snares. Then I dump half a box of baking soda in here, and that stuff will start foaming up. and then you boil them for about, like I say, half hour, 40 minutes or so, and then just shut the heat off and let her cool. Then you come back and you carefully pour off the top, and any oils floating will come off. Now you've got clean snares. Wear gloves when you set your snares. Keep the human scent off. I take, for a kneeling cloth or whatever, I take one of those bags that I'm going to use to put this Coyote in, those contractor bags, the heavy duty ones, and I suggest if you're going to haul a Coyote to your taxidermist or whatever, get them in these heavy duty contractor bags, because you're going to have teeth, claws, all this stuff ripping holes in there. You don't want that. So get a good heavy duty contractor bag, and you won't have so much of that issue. You still have to be a little careful with the claws, because they can poke a hole in, but you know what I'm saying. And that's the way to go. I mean, it's a cool trick. All right, let's go in and check out what we got inside. Okay, guys, here's a buck that came in the other night, a 6-point. Okay, guys, back with, they got a fresh battery in here. Yeah, here's the buck here. We got a little light on him. Yeah, he came in. The sun's setting. See it right there? It's 5:30 the other night. He comes in. He drops his head. He's got a twin. I'm going to show you the twin here in a minute. You're not going to like the looks of him. So there he is coming in. I got my ball cap. I got a hoodie on, and I got my ball cap, but I can't shoot with the ball cap. It's got to be turned around. So I eased. I'm 18 foot up. Eased off the hoodie. I started turning my ball cap around. Then I put my hands down on the railing, real slow. And I'm going to stand up, and then I'm going to get my bow, and I'm going to take the shot, right? He caught me. Here he is. Here's the next picture. Now there's a trail cam. I'm not fooling around with a camera. A phone camera here. This is a trail camera sitting over here 10 feet from this guy right here. So just as I put my hands down, I'm putting tension on the rail. I'm going to stand up. He saw something. Now I had a northeastern wind, which was blowing down in this hole, and boom, there he is. He's dead. He's got me pegged, guys. So he said, I don't like this situation. So he said, now I think I will turn. Here he is. Here he is, see? He said, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to walk away. And there he goes, guys, walking away. They're getting smart, guys. Now here's his twin brother. I've been watching these two grow up. And before, they were coming into my bait station together every day. But now we're getting into the rut, and they're separating, and they're going to start chasing women. But here this guy comes in the other day, and check him out. He's got a friggin' arrow hanging out of his back. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is. Arrow hanging right out of his back, just under his spine there. Above his hip, and into that spine. So I called around. I didn't know. I thought I was the only hunter in this whole block hunting. Called Hippie John. He lives just through the woods. I said, who's hunting around here other than me? He said, the only one I know is 2 doors down, there's a cop. And he said, the only reason I know that is, he said, in September, just before bow season, he was out there assembling a big tripod tree stand. And I'm sure he moved it into the timber just a little bit. I said, do you talk to him much? He said, I haven't talked to him in 2 years. I said, well, when you see him, tell him this is not where we shoot deer. We shoot the deer right over here in the boiler room, okay? Right there, right in the pocket is where you want to shoot them. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay, guys, here's our next problems. This is a coyote I may have gotten this morning. I don't know. But just look at this, a solid black one right here. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, there's that poor buck. And I have not seen that buck, guys. And he was coming in every evening. I was getting him on the camera. And he'd come in and eat. That arrow doesn't even seem to be bothering him a bit. He doesn't even have a limp with it. Crazy stuff, guys. Crazy stuff. This is that bobcat. And John's got him in his living room right now, mounted. I caught it in the same spot. Right here in this hole is the same spot I just caught that coyote this morning. So yeah, guys, that's it. We'll keep after them and keep you posted. Got a lot of season to go yet. I got to January 22 to kill a deer. After that, the season's closed. And it's buck only right now. No does. No does at all. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Be happy. Be strong. We got to keep getting her on. See ya.